Good morning, everyone. It's Lydia with the Avanti Wellness podcast and YouTube channel. And I have to tell you that I'm a little somber today, and I tried to get on and do a video update yesterday, but I was just having a hard day. I was sad because it was an anniversary day for me, and um, even having a hard time doing this video the next day. But I wanted to share, you know, my experience. So I'm trying to be as authentic as possible. Speaking of authenticity, I was watching something on Instagram, and you know how they talk about like we all vibrate at a certain different frequencies. And they said that, I mean, I don't know how I came across it, just showed up in my feed, but it said that living authentically is a higher vibration than even living with gratitude. And I was like, wow, that's powerful. So I'm outside in my backyard and I just wanted to come on and talk about yesterday. Okay, so how do I want to share this? Um, I'm really debating on how much I want to share, only because I've shared it on other podcasts, but I don't know about the audience over here. So I'm going to go ahead and just share it because it's my truth and it's my life experience, and it helps to make me who I am today. So basically, yesterday was the 32nd year anniversary since my older sister, she was 9 years older than me, committed suicide in front of me. And she did it. This is my opinion. She, um, my opinion is that she committed suicide, but what she created was an accident. She made her desire to not want to live look like an accident. And I guess in her mind, by having somebody stand there with her at the time, it somehow looked more like an accident. But after years of contemplating everything in my head of the actions that we did that day, to the way that she fell off of the building and her knees, the way they lifted up and released instead of clenched the wall she was sitting up on. She took me up on a parking garage 8 stories high, where she subsequently sat backwards on the ledge. And I basically said, I was 21 years old, and I said, get down from there. You could fall. That's dangerous. And she was like, um, I like to live on the edge. You know, she was making like references to things. And anyway, she took off her watch off of her arm, and she said that it was broken. And then she tried to like flick it back on her arm and snap it. It was a clasp watch. And when she flicked it, it flicked off the side of the building, and she reached for it as if she was going to catch it as it was falling down 8 stories, and then fell backwards and released her knees off of the ledge and basically fell to her death. And it was, of course, very traumatic experience. It's just something that you never get past. You continue living, surviving in life, but some things you just never, get over. And that memory is sad. It's sad that she did it. It's sad that she chose to involve me. And it's It's sad that people feel that desperate in their lives. And I'm not saying I never felt that way, because definitely after that happened, I didn't want to live either. But I just felt like there was a bigger purpose for my life. And so what I did was I set sail after that happened. Of course, I had a lot of years of dysfunctional reactions to my life circumstances, but ultimately I got on a track to figure out what was the purpose of my life and how can I make a positive difference in the world. And so that's been my driver, ever since, which is one of the reasons that I share, because I feel like if my life can help contribute to the betterment of someone else's life, then that makes my life matter more. So, sorry, I didn't know it was going to be so emotional, but this was the reason I couldn't do this yesterday. Aside from, just being an anniversary of my sister's death, and of course, I've missed her all these years. Now this year's different because, 2 or 3 months ago, now in May 25th, I lost my mom, and she was a big part of my life. I'm sorry, I'm crying. I'm just trying to be authentic. All I'm sharing my truth with you is only because I want people to know that when I do experience joy and when I am in a happy place, it's genuine, and I've built it back up from the sadness that I have lived and experienced. And I feel so committed to wanting to let people know that with great sadness, you can still have joy, and that joy is something that you create. It's something that you make happen. And so I want to fast forward, let me get out of that story and maybe I'll feel less emotional. Okay, so what I want to share is that yesterday I was feeling sad and sorry for my circumstances, and yet I have a lot of things to, be hopeful about. And so I was trying to focus on all the good that is in my life today and my future. And so I had some things that I needed to take over to a refugee group from Afghanistan that I've been helping and getting to know their families. And so I thought school might have be starting tomorrow, which is today. So I decided to go ahead and get I had cleaned out a computer and a keyboard and a monitor, and really they had never even seen a desktop computer. They'd only experienced like laptops, and so they didn't really understand when I dropped it off, but I showed them how to hook it all up. So basically, there's this refugees from Afghanistan near my neighborhood that are in apartments, and I've been taking a lot of my mom's household items over to them and helping them, and so I've gotten to know what apartments they're in, and so I know I can knock on their door and bring them things. And so I did that yesterday afternoon, and all the little children run up to the car and we had fun. I needed to go from one part of the apartment complex to the other, and so I said, should I drive? And they were like, yeah. And I said, y'all all want to ride in the car? And I undid the sunroof and put the windows down, and we did like a parade around they were having fun. They come from war, and so bringing them the simplest joy. They were laughing and hooting and hollering out the window, like, look at us, we're riding in a parade in a car. They were just in my SUV. So I took them their backpacks that I had gotten from a a donor had given me like 2 Camelback backpacks. These were like $100 backpacks. And I gave it to them for, I mean, they were used, but they were in great condition. And I gave it to the little boys in one of the families for their school books because they didn't have backpacks. They don't have anything. They barely have like a couch or um, anything. They don't have furniture in a lot of their apartments. So all I'm sharing that for is to say that, like, even though I was in a bit of a sadness, one of the ways to make yourself feel better is to help others. And, it could be anybody. It could be somebody as fortunate as you or someone less fortunate than you. And so, hang on, my dog wants to go inside. Let me let her in the door. Okay. So all I'm saying is helping people is a good way to get out of your sadness and where you're at with all of that. So I did that, and then I helped a friend on the phone navigate. Um, his mom just passed away this weekend, like on Sunday, I think, unexpectedly and accidentally. And so it was really sad. So I was giving him some resources here in my city of people to help him. So I just wanted to share that with you because yesterday was a big day. And on a spiritual note, I don't know if any of you know, but it's also was called Lionsgate. 8/8 is Lionsgate, and it's also the Day of Infinity, which is the Day of Infinity. And I wear I wear an infinity bracelet all the time. I never take it off. And ironically, on Monday, I went to my river. I have a pool that's a lazy river is at my club, the gym that I go to. And I went to go exercise and walk around in the lazy river. And one of the young girls on the float was floating by, and she had this exact same bracelet. And I commented on it. I said, I think we have the same bracelet. And I showed it to her, and she's like, yeah. And I go, is that Tiffany? And she's like, yeah, my mom bought it for me. And I said, oh, well, do you know what that means? Do you know what the infinity symbol means? And she goes, no, I don't. And I said, well, when you look it up Google it on, Webster or whatever, it says infinite possibilities. And so I bought these bracelets for me and my 2 sisters so that we could all feel connected. But really, for me personally, it's a symbol that represents that my life has infinite possibilities, and it's only going to be what I think it will be and how I believe it will be and what can create it to be. And that it's the action of aligning your energies with the energy of what you want for your life. And when you can get in a vibrational match and alignment with that, that's when you experience it. And so that's how I live. That's how I believe. All the studies that I've done since I started on this path and this journey back in, 1994, 95, it's led me to this point that I understand this. And so I just am constantly focused on what do I want? What do I want to create? How do I want to affect the world? How do I want to be a better person? How do I want to affect those around me? And how do I want to impact those who are interested and, ready for the information that I have to share? And so, you know, somebody one time accused me of like sharing because I needed the attention. And actually, it's easier to go out there and get attention in other ways. People get attention lots of ways, by the way that they dress and the changes they make on their face, or their cosmetic surgery or their Botox or whatever. I mean, there's dyeing your hair. There's all kinds of ways to, have attention and bring attention, and or to not detract. So um, there's so many ways that we believe and we think, that help us to have or get attention. Where my heart is, and where I've always been since I was in my 20s, is like wanting to share, wanting to spread and share information and knowledge as a way of passing it forward, passing it on, because I've learned so much from other people that I want to continue the energetic replication that I received benefit from, and now I want to share it and pass it on. Do y'all remember, any of y'all are from like a church background? Y'all remember that song, Pass It On, where it goes, it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around will warm up to its glowing. And then it says, that's how it is with God's love. Now, I want to just say the word God to me, it represents the universe, source, spirit. Even though I was raised in a traditional upbringing, I am more aware that source is the source is God, and different religions and different pathways of spirituality all reference the same source. And so it's God for me, and source, or just, for me, like the universe, like that actually feels like it encompasses, everything, like all things. So anyway, so this is my wellness channel. So I got my quinary in the mail yesterday. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, but I'm going to drink my first cup of quinary. I have been waiting months. They've been on back order, and it finally arrived. So I'm going to start drinking my quinary, and that's just basically like a cup of herbs that are really good at balancing all the 5 systems. Let me see if I can name them: the endocrine, the digestive, the respiratory, the immune, and the circulatory system, the 5 systems of the body. So I'm looking forward to starting to drink my quinary again. Thank you for letting me share. It's my 1-year anniversary. Oh, I want to tell y'all real quick. Yesterday I put on this like gray and white camo shirt. It's like short sleeves, and it's got a V-neck. And I looked, my Facebook feed was feeding me videos that I had posted last year on August 8th. And I looked, and I had the same shirt on. I was wearing the same shirt that I had on a year ago. And I thought, how ironic if I actually did some videos in this shirt. Ended up wearing it all day, so I got it dirty, so I didn't want to put it on again. So I'm not wearing that shirt today, but I thought how funny that I actually was wearing the same exact shirt a year ago. So I'm going to talk about my quinary, my quin, it's 5, and talk about the 5 herbs that help. I think it's a lot of herbs, it's not 5, but the herbs that help the 5 systems of the body. And I'll do that in a separate video. So thank you all for being a subscriber. I saw that I have 271 subscribers in 1 year. And actually, I would love, what is today, like the 10th or the 9th? Would love to reach 300 subscribers by the end of August. So I could say in 1 year, I built 300 subscribers. It's been a long journey. So patience is definitely a virtue. And I'm only interested in providing information to those who are actually interested in the conversation of authenticity, body, mind, and soul, and plant-based herbs that help you heal your body. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you, guys. And don't forget, I have a Facebook group called Avanti Wellness, Motivation, and Support. And there we can create more interaction and community than online. Okay? So see you soon. Bye, guys. Take care.